All right, friends, are these the top stocks to buy? We're taking a look at Tesla, PLNHF, Dkng, LCA, PENN, NFLX, and PTON. Let's check it out. All right, I'm going to start first on the SPY. This is important because we had a 5-minute downtrend that has lasted the duration of the day. We're just squeaking above 342.71. And after hours, check out Dan's video that he posted about an hour ago for more on this. I want to bring it up because we're going to be looking for stocks that are well positioned to see SPY strength in the next few days. If we have a pattern or something that is holding that's ready to break bull, has been strong without SPY, and we see a resurgence of strength in the market, that's just going to help our trade thesis. So keep that in mind as we're looking through these tickers today. Let's go start with Tesla. Tesla has seen an hourly downtrend develop since the high at 465.90. We have confirmed our resistance and support levels. We have double tops on these trend line resistance here, and a correlation here. And just like that, we have a parallel line that has given us a zone of previous resistance now acting as support on multiple locations, including 2 trade opportunities that we saw today. A big wicks down, really quick oversold bounces. But all in all, we have an hourly downtrend. So what does this mean? Well, 4-hour bulls are going to be looking for a high over 4-hour support at 425.30. And on the daily time frame, we have 406.05. So let's look at that on the 4-hour time frame. Here is that 4-hour downtrend, 4-hour support, and then our daily support. So if we're going to be looking for any sort of sign of strength in the market, what we want to see is going to be a price action change. So meaning we're going to go to our 15-minute time frame to dial that in a bit. We're going to need to see the bulls over 441.15. If we can do that, then we've changed the 15-minute trend. And we're going to be inside this hourly channel, still looking to play short as we approach this level, because it is a confirmed resistance. Best case scenario, we see the markets go well tomorrow. We see an hourly uptrend. We see consolidation against that range in the form of a bull flag or some sort of consolidation pattern, and then a breakout, and then we clear this area of resistance as well. That is best case scenario. More likely, we're going to continue inside this trend until, well, with the absence of any stimulus news, I think that the market is going to see a little bit more weakness. But if we're just going to be playing Tesla, watch this hourly trend, hourly downtrend in place, 4-hour downtrend in place. And again, 425.30, 406.05 support levels need to hold. PLNHF. So on the daily time frame, we have resistance of $4.19. We have 4 psychological coming into play. Even though we just peaked above it, it's still an area of resistance for us. And what's interesting is the hourly time frame. We have seen strong hourly moves. We've given up hourly higher lows, hit a quick consolidation. So down here, we've lost this area of support. Bears made an attempt. Bulls said, nope, we're still going to go and hit this hourly uptrend, resume our uptrend. Now we hit 4 psychological, pull back. We hit 402, pull back even in a bigger way. So we have some resistance, former support at 385. Now what we're going to do is see if we can come back, get above 385, and then I'm going to be looking for a lower high under $4 psychological. I need to see a stronger move to the upside, a higher low, a resumption of an hourly trend, something like we saw here. So we hit our high, we pull back, we get a lower high, and then we confirm a new trend and break that area of resistance. This is what I need to see happen again for Planet 13. I need to see that lower high, I need to see a higher low, and then I need to see a clear break over 4 psychological. So I'm not interested in a long position until we get that break. And on the downside, I would look for a possible top fish in that area if I don't see a lot of volume into a short, because on the daily time frame, we've got a near bullish engulfing, and we got a long way to go for daily higher lows. Anything over 330 is going to give us that. So we got a 70-cent spread, during which we can look for that daily higher low to form. Dkng, this one was fun today. So we saw, where are we here? 1-minute time frame. What are we doing there? We saw a quick flush today at, well, let's go back to the 1 minute, because this was a good trade setup. Where was it here? Yes, very early. We had the zone of support for 43.71. We saw a quick drop, a quick bounce, managed to scalp that one. And then I was waiting for that trend change to come for the duration of the day, but she just didn't show up. Too solid. Let's get that chart back. Where are you? The real fun part was this high volume breakout that we saw early on. We saw a 2-minute bull flag, didn't get any follow through, and then we saw these periods of the bulls just pouring on the strength and really closing relatively strong to the market. So if we go to the daily time frame, let's clear our charts a little bit. What are we looking for here? We are looking for a higher low. We have a little bit of support over here at 40.33. We got very, very close to that. And this is almost a reversal candlestick. And we see a green day tomorrow that will indeed close as a reversal. Not quite a hammer, it's a doji, but the story and the psychology is the same here. There is a deliberate push to the downside. We have bigger volume showing a possible volume climax at the bottom of a downtrend, which makes it different than this one. This is an indecision doji that didn't confirm. That's why we need that confirmation. Then we're going to be looking for some upside on Dkng. So there is some potential here, and that's really going to be in a lot stronger of a position if we see that SPY correlation come back into play that we talked about at the beginning of the video. So the 4-hour time frame still in a 4-hour downtrend, resistance 52.22, and the hourly time frame, I think this is what it's all about right now. Hourly lower highs, lower lows in the area of our EMA 26. Haven't cleared it quite yet. Back testing after hours. I want to see us close above it in regular market action. And then we have resistance at 45.70 from an aftermarket high, as well as 45.85 from a regular market high. That is what we need to get over top on the hourly time frame. So the most likely outcome, a lower high, higher low, bull break with the overall market helping us. If we get those conditions in place, that's going to give us a green day for the daily. It's going to give us a confirmation of a daily higher low. And then we have upside potential as long as the market can help us out. If that happens, I would be looking for an exit around our EMA 12, which would probably be in the area of 48.70. Where are we tomorrow? 48.44, something like that. Yep, good bounce potential. And in the 4-hour time frame, we're just clipping back from being oversold. Not too bad. Okay, LCA, daily time frame. What I like to see are these big wicks down here. It's telling me that there is some support. We're going to have to pay some more attention to that. 12.69, volume really tapering off here over the last few weeks. So what does that mean for us on the daily time frame? Well, volume is lower than it has been. We have seen a test of this double bottom. So it is a confirmed area of support, 12.69, and the low of this candlestick here is 12.75. And now what I'm interested in is setting higher highs on the daily. So far, we haven't done that. In fact, with this Marabuzzo close, I'm pretty happy with this being a resistance on the daily time frame at 4.23. On the 4-hour time frame, we can see that it's come into play as well. And all I'm going to do is not move my level, but I'm going to consider this to be a zone of resistance. So a touch, a touch, a touch. This is a pretty important level for us to get over top of. So we've got that weekly support at 12.69. What I want to see is a daily higher low and a break over that 14.25-23 level. If we manage to do that, we're probably going to take out that 14.42 level at the same time. And on the daily time frame, that's going to give us the possibility of a little bit of a trend change against that weekly support. I would need to see a pretty solid daily trend to be interested in a longer term position on this guy. But that would give us that weekly higher low that we're really trying to carve out right now and send us back toward the $20 psychological range. A lot of elements building up here on LCA, but not quite ready yet. PEN. So let's go back to the daily time frame. Let's clear our charts. On the daily, a lot of bear momentum to the downside. 63.65 is our area of support. And on the 4-hour time frame, you can see that it's come into play once, twice, and is on the verge of being tested right now. This is an excellent candidate for a bear flag with these big 4-hour drops. A little bit of consolidation tomorrow in a relatively lackluster market would give us that ideal setup, and then we would look for a loss. Let's see, we'd try to draw a trend in here probably on the 15-minute time frame. And let's just pretend it looks like this. So a big drop, bounce around in here, loser trend line support, come down, and then the real test and the real fish opportunity is going to be at 63.65. So possible fishing opportunity here. The 4-hour time frame is opening up with this broadening range. And if we go to our RSI, we are, well, I think we'd be oversold on the 4-hour by the time we got back down to 63.65. So keep an eye on that as well. Hourly time frame is changing. Well, we had a counter trend here and we are dropping to the downside now. So possible 4-hour bear flag on PEN. Certainly not seeing the same possible setup that we have on Dkng, but there is some corollaries there. And on the Dkng high volume pushes today, we did see a little bit of sympathetic response in PEN. So if we're watching Dkng tomorrow and we see a strong bounce, as we said, in a breakout over this key level, 45.85, and our PEN is in a good position against this weekly support, that's going to give us even more confidence for a bottom fish on the 63.65. So pay attention to all these things at the same time. Can be difficult. Get yourself a whiteboard or a notepad or something that keeps all of your ideas in one spot. Very, very helpful. Netflix on the daily time frame. Actually, let's go zoom out a little bit. On the weekly, so we got over 57.39 on the weekly, and now we're seeing not quite a shooting star, which is an indication of, well, it's very obviously a bearish response because it's red, and we see this big upper wick, but generally what that's supposed to symbolize is the change from an uptrend to a bullish attempt, and then a close. So all of that action contains, well, let's correct that a little bit. That's all inside this big square. So right now, bears have momentum. They have momentum on the daily time frame with a loss of consecutive higher lows. We saw that come into play here, and then we get a gap open or push to the downside. Go to our 4-hour time frame and say, what time frame gives us the most clarity? It's not really the 4-hour or the hourly. The 4 hour is giving us lower highs pretty consistently and lower lows. So what we'll do is go back to 524.15, and then we're going to look for an hourly trend change above that level. The question that I received in Chart Guys chat was, what is our buy sell signal? I'm not sure there is one. I would try to draw something like this. And you know what? I'm feeling okay about this connection because we are seeing corollary responses over here. We're coming up against our hourly support in a 4-hour level of 524.15. We're tightening this range up, and that's what I want to see. If we go to this squeeze, I doubt we're going to see a squeeze on the 4-hour, but I wanted to try and show maybe the 4-hour look better. I'm trying to show the decreasing range. It's just not there. Well, we're squeezing a little bit, but not quite in the way that I want. So as far as buy signals on this guy, I'm going to be looking for an hourly trend change. I want to see a confirmation high volume break above this hourly high of 541.80. I want to see the market coming with me, particularly QQQ, and then I want to see that volume bring in the action with me. Otherwise, I think we're just going to continue. We can probably fit inside this range tomorrow. Maybe the next day things get really, really tight. But that would be quite a scene. PTON, last one for the day. We see that we have our beautiful daily uptrend. Our weekly chart is just crazy. And what we're going to be looking for, where's that RSI? 88.59. Now remember, when we're on weekly monster breakouts, basically on any time frame, we have to pay less attention to our RSI levels. They're just nice to look at. We look for divergences. Let's go back to the standard chart. We want to look for divergences and the loss of lows. Those are the most important things. We have daily low support on 126.55. On the 4-hour time frame, we're going to adjust that to 126 psychological. And we have the potential for a head and shoulders type pattern here. It's not really a perfect head and shoulders, but what matters is that we had set a higher high. Now we're going to be looking for a lower high. So that is really the question that the PTON bulls need to get answered. Are we able to hold over 126? And if we are, can we break 139.75 and shake off this little bit of weakness that the market is seeing? If we see continued weakness and a loss of 126, then we will see the initiation of daily consolidation and possibly the development of a daily bull flag on PTON, which would be very, very welcome because daily consolidation has not happened for quite a while. So still very, very bullish chart. Bulls are in absolute control. They just need to take a rest, calm down a little bit, stop being so crazy, and give us more conservative swing traders an opportunity to maybe dabble our toes in a nice consolidation pattern on the daily time frame. Speaking of, here's a little bonus extra. Lamont is doing a video on TAN as well, but this is the type of thing that I'd like to see, and I'd like to see on PTON. Rampaging bulls, daily consolidation, nice setup. And I think TAN would have done a lot better if the market hadn't been so weak today. 75.70, go to the hourly time frame, we see a similar range. We got over top of it. We're back testing it now, and now bulls need to get back over 75.70 for a chance at a lot of explosive fun tomorrow. Somewhat similar chart here on the hourly time frame. The position is completely different versus Tesla versus TAN, but this is what we want to see. We want to see a breakout. We want to see a back test. We want to see the resumption of strength for upside potential. Anyway, that is it for today. If this video has been helpful for you, please do consider subscribing to the channel. And check us out at chartguys.com. We'd like to teach this stuff, and I'd love for you to be part of our community. Great people. The best people. That's it. Thanks.